It's a Friday night and you are off work. Want to get to the club, but you know your ass is broke and your breath stinks, so it's time to go home. So when you go home, you see this new movie called Part-Time Community Leader, Full-Time Gangster. It's about a guy who used to be a Crip back in the day, but when he got out of prison, he started helping the community. But secretly, it was gunshots! You watched the movie and you gave it a round of applause. You turned off the TV and say, that could never happen. What if I told you it was true? Rewind! Big U is one of the most known gangsters in Los Angeles. Even on the internet, he's respected from the most notorious Crip gang in Southern California, the Rollin 60s Crips. He's a big-time OG and a known knockout artist. He can get you with the hands, with the feet, and even with the guns. But Big U changed his life. He was no longer a Crip. He learned from his mistakes, and now he was a community activist. He came back to South Central and started helping his hood. He even became a music executive, even helping Nipsey Hussle with his career. So Big U was never going back to that life. He was trying to help young kids never to get into that life, right? Hell, I don't know. I'm from LA originally, and I ain't trying to get shot because the Rollin 60s ain't nothing to mess with. So I'll be a damn fool to blame Big U and say he did any of the stuff that he's been accused of. But the one thing that I know is that the feds was checking for Big U.
Good morning. I'm Joe McNally, the acting United States Attorney here in Los Angeles. Today, we're here to announce federal criminal charges against Eugene Henley Jr., a career criminal known as Big U, who used his contacts and leadership role in the Crips criminal street gang, the entertainment industry, and a youth charity to further his own criminal enterprise, an enterprise that engaged in murder, extortion, robbery, human trafficking, COVID fraud, and other felonies. Mr. Henley and several other individuals linked to him and his criminal enterprise were charged in a criminal complaint with federal racketeering conspiracy.
Allegedly, Big U is involved in a whole bunch of things. Human trafficking, using money from his charities to fund criminal organizations, and even murder. But I don't want to get into those details. That's not really for this video. But the reality is that Big U rebranded himself as a man that was for the community. I would be a liar if I didn't say that he used to drop hints.
Movie production in the hood. That's how we do it, you know, man.
Top flight, baby. Security.
GB running this here movie set in the hood.
Come on out here.
Coming out here and checking in with GB, getting these movies done. You better know it. You know, anytime you want to do movies in the hood, just check it in. We can make sure it's done. Movies, videos. But if you don't check it in,
Oh well. Let's go check your ass out.
we gonna check you in, all right. We gonna do it. We gonna check in all of your equipment.
Now, for you guys know what checking in means, right? Checking in is if you're not from the hood and you are an artist, you need to pay for protection, or otherwise you'll get your ass whooped or shot. If you don't check in LA, there are consequences. You can only make somebody check in if you're a bona fide gangster or an OG who can provide that protection. Now, if Big U is no longer associated with the Crips, he shouldn't be telling anybody to check in. He should be just helping people in the community. And don't get me wrong, he was doing that until we saw that Big U was indeed arrested. Now, Big U also had a lot of support from people who've met him and talked about how he changed their life.
He was incredible, whether it was a 7-year-old child or a 50-year-old former gang member coming out of incarceration. His ability to communicate and relate was excellent. If these charges are true, because they're still allegations, they are not a done deal. They're allegations. If they're true, then Eugene Henley was somebody who presented two faces to this world.
But there are other people who accuse Big U of doing some egregious things.
You cannot do evil when the cameras are off and smile and help kids when the cameras are on. Choice, who you may have seen in rap videos like this one, says she was a budding artist when she first met him.
I was just a young kid wanting to rap and wanting to live out my dream and working hard. And, you know, he really took advantage of me. I wanted to help bring donations into his nonprofit Development Options. And with that being said, he just wanted to take over. He wanted to bully me. He wanted to control me. And when I wouldn't allow that, that's when he started jumping on me and beating me, extorting me, threatening people not to work with me. And I was scared for a long time to speak up. I was actually terrified.
But I would have to say some of the interesting things that I used to see on the internet was clips on Adam 22's No Jumper podcast. Now, again, I'm a simp and I ain't never shot nobody. I have been shot at on accident. Oh, fuck! But that's a whole nother story, right? Yeah, I was mistaken for somebody else. But anyways, look at what Loose Cannon's gonna say about Big U.
And so basically it's like, cause he'll be like, he'll manipulate things. Like we'll go and do something and the same we do it to show up to the house like 10 minutes later when we trying to, you know, counting everything, right? And we be like, how the they get that? Oh, well, we're gonna just give them like $40,000 back and stuff like that. But cause it's actually putting us in paperwork, right? And like doing like real police. I seen it get like 20 guns, and when he got 20 guns, he's selling them to the homies. But I'm like, why are you writing down the serial numbers? So it's like he was doing like shit like that, and I didn't catch on.
Now, this robbery is actually in that FBI indictment that's against Big U. But the most shadiest thing is what he's going to talk about with Nipsey Hussle.
And I'm on a phone. He FaceTimed me. So he FaceTimed me and stuff like that. He was like, Nipsey just got killed. I'm like, sick, so I didn't hear that. So I hang up with him. I called Nipsey, and I'm like, Nipsey, what's up? He was like, oh, what's up with it?
Nipsey answered.
Nipsey answered. He answered the phone, and I was like, I love you, cuz, or whatever like that.
Did you tell him the call you just got? Or you didn't even mention it?
I didn't mention it. And that's what f***ed me up, because my cousin is Nipsey baby mama. You get what I'm saying? So it was like, I could have probably stopped it, or it had it.
Stop what? What do you mean? That
no, because listen, so after I talked to Nipsey and I was like, yeah, I love you, cuz, or whatever like that, I'll see you later or whatever. So I hung up the phone. I thought Big U gave wrong information. 30 minutes later, the homies blowing me up like they just killed Nipsey.
You guys heard it. Big U called Loose Cannon and said that, hey, Nipsey Hussle is dead 30 minutes before it happened. And that's important because people were saying that Nipsey Hussle was trying to get away from Big U and Big U wanted to get rid of Nipsey. These are theories. I can't really say who's the truth. But when the police came with the indictment, Brick Baby got arrested, Loose Cannon got arrested. Both of these dudes are in the Rollin 60s and don't ever really get along. They be beefing themselves. And then also Big U finally got arrested. But who did Big U blame?
It's gonna probably be my last video. I'm gonna go turn myself in to see what's going on. They talking about I'm a fugitive. So they just raided all my houses. 600 was actually with the police when they raided my house. And he's actually got video and footage of it. So y'all know what y'all dealing with. And I just want to say this to y'all. When they raided my houses and my property, they was asking about Whack, Loose Cannon, 600, and this internet stuff. All of y'all filed. All y'all who be sending around the internet, all y'all who be promoting and listening to what these saying, all y'all giving these likes and hidden likes, all y'all supporting this. All y'all guilty of this. If you had something against a black man, you should handle it with a black man in the streets. Wack said 100 times he was gonna take my contracts. He working with the FBI. The FBI went to 3 days in a row and told the city they didn't want nobody to give me no more money. They went to all the different celebrities and told all the different celebrities, don't give me no money, don't help me, don't do nothing for me. They going around scaring and intimidating everybody. But y'all sitting it around getting people in trouble. Like y'all don't understand what the FBI do to black men who try to help their community. I ain't been nothing but a help to our community. But I guess it is what it is. This the price of being black and trying to help somebody, trying to help your community and do what you can. You just guilty because somebody else don't like you and then go on the internet and do what the f you want to and y'all gonna promote it. It's crazy. But I'm going to go turn myself in though. Cause I ain't did nothing.
So Big U is saying, oh, y'all over here trying to take a good black man down. It's not right. You know, you guys hating on a black man. I did everything for my community. Come on, Big U. I mean, again, like I said, I don't really know you and I ain't trying to get shot by you or your cousins. But listen, man, and I think this is what a lot of black men gonna have to understand that have been in the criminal life before. If you're gonna be out, be out. You're not gonna be able to be a Rollin 60s Crip and then all of a sudden have things going on your way. That's not what's gonna happen. And especially if you have the notoriety of Big U, you're a person that's now have charities, the feds gonna be watching because you're affiliated. Okay, you're affiliated. You're a known gangster. You're a known Crip. And so the FBI is building the case and you know they got snitches. And then you got these guys on the podcast just running their damn mouth, you know, basically telling all the business. It's just down bad. I hope it's not true, Big U. But like I said, it looks like it might be. And let that be an example to the rest of you brothers out there. Do things the right way. Okay, they're going to eventually get your ass. So if you have to do that stuff to get the money or to get the wealth, you're not fooling nobody. You're not fooling nobody in 2025, okay? You're just not. They got way more money than you. They got way more technology than you. So if you think that you're going to come on the podcast and basically self-snitch and then talk about checking in on podcasts and all this stuff and then think that the feds are not watching you when you give them every reason why they should watch you, you are insane. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Drunk. I appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe to the bell. We're out.